Hey everyone, on this video we're talking about the Traction channel, content marketing. Here at Pintler Group, we do quite a bit of this for our clients and for ourselves. Back when the Traction book was written, blogging was really the main content that they're focusing on. But today there are so many forms of types of content that you can use to complete this Traction channel. For example, we use video, podcasts, blogging, infographics every once in a while, tons of content that you can create. Today we're going to take a behind-the-scenes look at how we create our content, as well as share a few tips with you on how to create content that is valuable to your customers. So we know that it can be tempting to go out and buy a camera or start a blog and just create a whole bunch of content for your customers or your viewers or whatever you might call them. But it's important to make sure that that content is actually something that they need and want and something that will actually help your business and act as a Traction channel. So here are 3 tips for making that content important to your customers. First, it should be reliable. You want to make sure that you know what you're talking about. Yes, you might not be an expert on all subjects that you're writing or videoing or podcasting about, but do a little bit of research and make sure you have some facts and statistics that your viewers and listeners and customers can rely on. Step number 2 is to make sure the content is relevant to them. Is it a topic that your customers, viewers, listeners are interested in? Is it something that they're actually looking for when they're online? Is it something that they can relate to? These are all questions you should ask yourself when you're creating this content. Number 3, make sure that it is valuable. Not only should it be relevant and sort of interesting to them, but you should provide actual value through the content you're creating if you want it to work as a Traction channel for your business. So whether that's something that's super informative, gives them tips on how to complete a customer job, or possibly inform them about your business. Maybe it's just something really funny and entertaining that your customers will like and find value in when they view or read your content. All right, let's start by talking about blog content now that you have those 3 tips to keep in mind. When you are creating a blog, it can take a lot of time to gain traction and to actually work for your business. You might even have to dedicate 6 months or more of weekly posting to create a blog that people are actually following and looking forward to reading the content on it. Here at Pintler Group, when we're working on blog content for ourselves or for our clients, we often like to switch up who the writer is. That way one business isn't receiving the same exact voice every single time. And that way there can be fresh ideas and interests that are passing around to each person in our office. Again, refer to those SEO videos and podcasts and blog because we share some information on kind of what we try to keep track of when we're writing blogs and how we sort of decide what we're actually going to write about. All right, second, we are going to talk about video. So as you can see, we make a lot of video content here at Pintler Group for ourselves as well as for our clients. And video is great because it can be used in so many different forms. You can have a long video similar to what I'm making now, or you can break it into smaller chunks. And those long videos and smaller chunks that maybe answer a specific question can be used on YouTube or another video hosting site. They can be shared on social media. They can be put into emails. They can be used to share information with your clients or your potential clients or customers. There are a lot of ways that the same video can be used multiple times to produce content or share content with your potential customers, clients, listeners, viewers, whatever you might have. So the third type of content that we use a lot here at Pintler Group is podcasting. This is sort of even newer than video, and it's really catching on to the busy lifestyle that many people have here in the US and around the world because they can listen to podcasts while they're doing other things, and it doesn't require watching a video. So, for example, we make a lot of our content into videos and podcasts so that many people can listen to it in the way that best suits them. We also know that podcast listeners are dedicated and they trust their hosts. So if there's an intimate relationship that you want to have with your listeners and potential customers, a podcast is a great way to go. if you want some more information about podcasts and why they're useful, we have a podcast episode in our Cutting Through the Noise podcast that is called A Podcast About a Podcast. So I wonder how many times I can say podcast in this video. That's a lot. So go ahead and check that out if you'd like some more information. Hey everyone. Okay, we're back and we're going to do a tour of our office and our multiple media locations. It's like MTV Cribs. Kyle's behind the mic, so we might jump in behind the camera. So this is our little lounge area, very hip couches. We filmed some podcasts here and videos because it's sort of fun. We have maps because we like maps, and we also have a software that we sell that has to do with maps, so there you go. Welcome to our octagon. 8 walls, multiple offices, 8 walls. Yep. And the first door here is the super secret video room. All right, don't tell anyone that you saw this. Surprise, surprise. I bet you thought that was a real brick wall. We have a multiple light system that we use with different angles, as well as one that goes on top of the camera and will blind you if you look into the sun. We have a checklist to make sure that everything is taken care of so you don't have to reshoot, even though we sometimes do because we forget to turn on the mic, which, Kyle, is the mic on?
Mic's on.
Cool. We have some materials that we've been studying to make this content for you. Like I said, reliable content, as well as some podcasts, some tripods, and different things that help make our content level and easy to watch. Cool. Other than offices, we're gonna head into where we make most of our podcasts, which is also an office. We're really good at using space here. One thing that we did when we were looking to start making podcasts is we sort of outsourced the equipment hunt. We knew that we weren't necessarily audio experts or podcast experts at that time, so we found some people that really knew audio and they recommended some equipment for us. So we have this pre-sub that connects to the computer and takes in the sound from the mic. To be honest, sometimes we still find new buttons on that thing that we're learning. We have a couple mics here and some spit guards. They help protect against the P sound when you're chatting into the mics loudly. Some headphones that make you feel like you're a studio recording artist and really help, if you're speaking well into the mic, as well as some adjustable joints so that if we have a really tall guest, you're set. This is where we film or record our podcast. You might recognize this room if you've been on our YouTube channel before because we also video a lot of our podcasts. Afterwards, the podcast is in Audacity and it is then edited and put online for all of our thousands of listeners. Cool, that is where we make our content. Blogging can just be done anywhere you sit, so there you go. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're
cool.
live.
Okay.
Yeah.